Welcome back to RadioSparx. In this video, we'll walk you through the tools you have at your disposal to customize and create playlists on our platform. To start, go ahead and sign into your RadioSparx account. You'll see the account option on the very top navigation bar. Go ahead and click that. From here, you'll see a black navigation menu appear in this middle section, above all of your options for each respective menu option. We want to find Custom Stations and click that. This will bring you to the Custom Stations options page, where you can create new playlists containing just the tracks you like. You have two main options in the form of these blue buttons to the right. You can create a new station where you'll add tracks manually to your station, or you can use the Mix Wizard option, which will automatically generate a custom station for you based on how you dial it in. First, let's talk about the Add Station option. When you click Add Station, it will bring you to a customization screen where you can set some properties for your station. You can go ahead and name your station at the top. Next, you'll see Playback Order, which dictates the order of the tracks on your station. You can set it to Random, which shuffles your songs weekly. Configure Sort Order, which will retain the order of the tracks as you set it, or Track Rank, which prioritizes tracks on your station based on their individual rank. You also have an option here to allow duplicate tracks on your station, in case you want to allow songs to appear more than once on the playlist, effectively increasing their play frequency. From here, you'll be able to set your station's main genre in the Station category dropdown, write up a brief description for your station under Station Description, and even set a station graphic to represent your station visually. We have a number of images for you to use here, but notice to the right you also have the option to upload your own art for your station as well. Lastly, for multi-user accounts, we have the Station Access section, where you can dictate who has access to your station. You can allow one or more users under your account to have access to the station and also control whether or not they can make changes. And we're done with setup. Now go ahead and click Save Changes. It will now bring you to the track administration page for your playlist. It's looking pretty empty here so far. Let's add a couple songs to our first playlist. If we navigate to the Music tab at the top, we can open up a pre-existing playlist to find some songs. It's important to note that you'll be able to add tracks from anywhere on our site, not just this playlist section here. But in our case, for this example, we'll pull some from these. Choosing Pop Vocals Volume 1 will bring up a list of all the songs on this playlist. Every track has a Hot List to Custom Station button next to it, which I can use to assign it to one of my own stations. Let's click that and select Test Station Number 1. All set. Let's add a couple more here as well. Now that we have a few tracks on our station, let's go back to that track administration page. We've populated our station with a few songs, so you'll see we have some options here on the left for the order. If you've set your playlist to retain the order of the arrangement of songs you've made, this is where you'll do so. You can move tracks to new rows with this respective button here, or even swap places of songs with the Switch Rows button. You can also choose to move tracks up or down one place with the up and down arrow buttons. And of course, the X button will delete the song from your playlist. Now let's take a look at the Mix Wizard. First, let's navigate back to the Custom Stations page, again by clicking Account and then Custom Stations. Let's create another playlist, but this time we'll click the Mix Wizard option. The Mix Wizard will automatically generate a playlist for you based on the specifications you provide, which can save you a ton of time and still give you some cool customization options. Firstly, let's give our playlist a name. Let's call this Pop/Dance Test Number 2. Now, instead of adding individual songs, I'm going to add genres that the Mix Wizard will pull from. Pop is already here, which is great, given we want pop and dance. Now let's click the Add Genre button and add dance music to the mix. You'll notice each genre has a slider, which we can use to dictate how much of each genre will be in the mix. Let's set pop to 60%. Our dance music slider will automatically adjust itself to add up to 100%. We can then restrict our tempo by setting BPM ranges. I don't want anything overly fast or overly slow on my mix, so I'm going to set the lowest threshold to 80 BPM and the higher threshold peaking at 129 BPM. If you'd like, you can even set a specific mood that will match with any songs that have been marked with that property. Doing so will also limit your options a bit more, so I'm going to leave that off for now. And we're done. Now I'll just click Add Mix. Now that our playlist is created, we can even change the settings of the playlist by clicking Station Settings and add a description, a graphic, just as we did the first time around. It's important to note that you'll also need to enable the station down at the bottom here as well for any users that will need access. Once your stations are created, you'll be able to find your stations from the RadioSparx home screen by clicking the album labeled Custom Stations and Schedules. From here, you'll get a full list of all of the stations you've created over time. You can select your station just by clicking the name or the icon. And that'll do it for this video on building custom stations. It's that easy to make amazing playlists on RadioSparx. Now it's time to jump in and make your own. Have fun!